What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Ernest and I, we started a show a few months back, and we called it the Heat Check. And I didn't realize, I saw in the comments that folks were saying, "Hey, Anthony Chang from the Miami Herald has a YouTube show that he does once every few weeks called the Heat Check." So we're officially changing the name of our show to Dos Minutos. So
Dos minutos.
yes, 2 minutes, dos minutos. So yeah, I guess this will be. I'll call this episode one now of this new series that Ernest and I are going to start. And we're both busy men. We're both fathers, and family comes first. So
Yeah, buddy.
we'll try to get as many episodes as we can when we can. So anyway, Ernest, thank you for hopping on. Appreciate the time as always. And before we get started, don't forget to go to Ernest's channel, Miami Heat Talk. He's on his path to 5,000 subscribers. And then I'm on my path to 2,000 subscribers. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well.
Let's go.
Anyway, Ernest, I wanted to hop on with you because today was a big day for Miami Heat basketball during this boring off season. And so Miami had Bam and Kalel Ware both show out today. So Bam obviously is on Team USA right now, and they're doing their exhibition games for the FIBA Olympics. And they're playing against Serbia today. Unfortunately, our boy Jovic out with an injury. So I'm upset that we didn't get to see him play or for him to get that experience. But Bam Adebayo, our captain, played phenomenally today. Like Bam had 17 points, I believe 8 rebounds, was hitting some threes. What do you like? How do you feel about his performance and just the impact of him on his second Olympic team, building these relationships with these other superstars, but getting experience playing with the best players in the NBA? How do you think this will translate for him next season?
I mean, think of the 2008 Olympics when Dwayne Wade was there with Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, all these guys. It just makes you better. It makes you want to be a better performer out there. And it also translates you from somebody who's an all-star to potentially become a breakout star. Because what happened with Dwayne Wade before the USA men's basketball team? He was in a slump. He won the '06 Finals MVP, suffered a few injuries. People were actually, I don't want to say casting him out, but they were questioning, did he have the same step as '06? Then he goes to the USA basketball team. He dominates. He actually leads that team in scoring coming off the bench. But then remember one thing about the documentary in Netflix, and if you haven't seen it, guys, check it out. Kobe Bryant, when Kobe went there, he started showing them how he worked out, waking up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. There was a story where the guys were coming back from a club at 3, 4 in the morning, and they saw Kobe. He had just finished his workout. A few days later, Dwayne Wade stopped partying and started doing the same thing with Kobe Bryant. And then what happened that season? It translated to an MVP season for the 2009 season. He didn't win it. He lost it to LeBron. But that was the elite level of play that Dwayne Wade not only gained from Team USA, but also the little things you learn. Bam is there with some of the very best players, not just in today's NBA, but in the past. Steph Curry, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant. These are people that Bam Adebayo has less experience than and is most likely learning from them. So I think this is only going to be gold for Ben because the last USA team, yeah, he played with KD, but he didn't play with Steph. He didn't play with LeBron. He didn't play with a lot of these guys. This is the Avengers out there. So I'm loving Bam out there. I think it's only good for us.
Yeah, it would be also spectacular if he wins a scoring title, just like in that '09 season that you mentioned.
It'd be dope.
Wade did get robbed of the MVP, but he was the
Facts.
NBA scoring leader, and that was the only time in Miami Heat history, the one time that we had a NBA scoring champion on our team, '09 Wade after the Olympics. So I love that you brought that up. Let's see if Bam can
Yep.
take that experience, and also he's shooting more threes, which I think is exciting.
Yeah.
He shot roughly 2, I would say, attempts per game after the All-Star break. If he can
Yeah.
up that to 5, 6 attempts per game, shoot anywhere from, I don't need to be greedy, 35%. Like if you can shoot from 35 to 40%, he can elevate his game and score probably 23, 24 points per game by just making a few extra threes. And so how excited are you seeing Bam playing as a power forward? Because he's playing with Anthony Davis, a offensive and defensive minded player who's a rim protector. Anthony Davis seems to be the rim protector. Bam could be the roamer. He's that free safety. He can help on the perimeter with Team USA. Now, what are your thoughts on him playing next to Kel'el Ware, which we know that's the idea, that's the goal, right? We don't know how soon that will happen, but Kel'el can be that rim protector, and then Bam can be that power forward back into his natural position. He's going to become a stretch four. You got a stretch five on offense, so that's lethal. What are your thoughts on that? And that's going to be kind of the new build, right? Like, who knows what's going to happen with Jimmy Butler this next season, but the future most likely is going to be Bam, Kel'el, Jaime, Jovic. Maybe Tyler Hero is still in there, but what are your thoughts on that possible build?
Tells me that Eric Spoelstra, who's one of the coaches in Team USA, is opening his eyes and realizing that maybe it's time to put Bam at the 4. I hope watching this, Spo realizes that. Now, look, let's be honest. We haven't had a stretch 5 with Bam. The last time we had a stretch 5 with Bam was Kelly Olynyk and Myers Leonard. I think Kel'el Ware can be better than both of those players, especially that game he had today, 24 points, 10 rebounds. Dude looks like a smaller Victor Wembanyama out there. And I know he doesn't shoot that many threes, but I think he's good enough. I think he's going to get his game to a different level. And seeing Bam and Kel'el Ware out there is going to be incredible because now Bam can play his real game. And let's be real, Bam's not a rim protector. He's a guy that can guard 1 through 5. He's a perfect power forward. But Eric Spoelstra has had to put Bam at center because we haven't had any other options. You're not going to put Dwayne Dedmon as a starting center. You're not going to put Cody Zeller. You're not going to put Thomas Bryant. You're not going to put Omer Yurtseven as a starting center. No, Bam fills that role. Now, and a lot of people say, oh, you should have just gotten Brook Lopez. You should have just gotten a center. They couldn't. They were financially hampered. So they had to work with what they had. Now, you have a center. And look, the Heat could have drafted other centers in previous past. Maybe they could have taken a center over Jaime Jaquez last year. But do you think they should have? Hell no. Jaime was the right pick. Now we're going to be able to see this work. I'm excited, and I really hope Spo gives Ware that shot.
I do too, man. And I know you and I are the ones who always say, like, if healthy, this team could do damage.
Yep.
That team last season, they weren't healthy. They had depth, right? Which is what kept them afloat. Like, they were the 4th most injured team. I forgot all the teams in front of us, but Memphis, Atlanta, and some other team were the most injured. What happened to those teams? They didn't make the playoffs, or they were play-in teams or worse. And so we had 36 different starting lineups last season. So we had the depth, actually, which we thought would have been our strength, which is what kept us afloat. So if we can be healthy next season, if Bam is playing the way he's playing, if he can ascend, which is crazy to think because he's already our most important player. And if we saw Jaime playing in the summer league in a couple games, if he gets that confidence and becomes more of a 3-level player, that's huge. And if Kel'el cracks the rotation and plays next to Bam, man, I'm getting more optimistic during this offseason when it's been bleak after we've had no money to make moves because we're almost a second apron team and it's been quiet. But this is giving me hope, Ernest. So I'm pretty excited now for next season, especially with some undrafted players that we could talk about on Ernest's channel hopefully soon. So anyway, that's all we have for today's episode. So again, this new series is called Dos Minutos, and we're going to try to bring you content once a week or once every few weeks. So it really just depends on our schedule. But thank you guys so much for watching. And again, don't forget to subscribe to Ernest's channel.
Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts, you guys. Thank you so much for the love and support. Until next time, Dos Minutos out. And that is enough said. Yeah, buddy.